Hello, 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 and welcome to the Nigerian Network. Yeah, we're just going to keep it positive and keep it live in view of progress. You know, we've been through a lot this last couple of days, and I think as Nigerians, it's a good time to showcase our excellence in view of understanding what is required and what needs to be done. It's not a time for us to go into any kind of crazy mode or anarchy and start burning things like we normally do. No. This is a time for reflection. I think it's a time to enjoy as well, and a good time to see reason and see logic with a lot of things that have happened over the last couple of days. Tomorrow is going to make it a week since we almost had an election, if you know what I mean, almost, in view of the fact that it didn't really happen. Something happened, but that wasn't an election. I'm not sure what that was, but hey, it's one of those things. We'll take it as it is, and then we'll move forward. But be rest assured that the Nigeria that we crave for, that we want, will definitely happen. This is my assurance in view of progress, because all one has to do really is look at the figures, look at the numbers, look at the projections, look at the resources, look at the people, and then we'll come to that basic conclusion that Nigeria is poised for greatness. Until then, we have to take it one day at a time and go through the legal process of acquiring what we need to acquire, which is our country. So, on this platform, we want to talk about Nigeria. We want to talk about the good things about Nigeria. We want to talk about the exciting things about Nigeria. We want to talk about what makes Nigeria work. Your take on the matter, how Nigeria can develop into a proper community where everyone is aligned with each other and people are looking forward to progress. People are talking about progress, engaging about progress, individually trying to cut out all forms of corruption or bribery, nepotism, tribalism as a collective. The funny thing is we can actually do this thing. We can do it. At this point in time, I think it's a good time to start looking at things for what they are. And what they are simply is we are citizens of the country, and as citizens, we have certain rights. Now, those rights have to be given to us. No, sorry, those rights are rights of every citizen, and our leaders have to recognize this and make sure we as citizens enjoy these rights. I think that is fundamental in terms of any progress being aligned with at this point in time. Well, I'm hoping that this program or show or podcast, or I'm not even sure what to call it yet, but I'm hoping that this thing morphs into something that is useful and valid to the general public. And that song you just listened to was called Izeze by Leo Fadaka, the late Leo Fadaka. I think he's one of the great artists from Nigeria that's, relatively went unknown. He passed away a few years ago, but his music still, it still takes us there. Anyway, let's talk to Malvin and see what Malvin has to say. Hey, Malvin.
Very well, but you just hide your face.
Yeah, because I say if I want to build this Nigerian network, because I think Nigeria is missing a network, a kind of network.
Of course, you're right. You're very right.
I think it's missing a platform, it's missing a network, it's missing something that can unite people, and we don't have that. So you see, before this thing started, before this Peter Obi thing, I've been thinking about it. Any which way Nigerian citizens win. If Peter Obi is in power, we can push to build a network, and he would support that. But if Peter Obi doesn't win at this point in time now, then we create a network that will support justice. You
exactly.
know?
Solomon, God bless you. God really blessed you with knowledge.
Thank you.
It's the fact. It's the fact.
You know?
God blessed you with knowledge, and God gave you also that understanding how to use it.
Oh, yeah, thank you. But I see where you're coming from. But you see, the truth of the matter is, yeah, if, for instance, this situation we found ourselves, because I was thinking about this 2 weeks ago, if, for instance, we had a network of our own, a Nigerian network with the information of the citizens, there would be no need for voting per se being critical like as it was on Saturday, because you can equally go into a portal, yeah, as long as your data is valid and credible and it's you. So that should give you the right to cast your vote anywhere. But that's for another day. But like I said, this network is really about how do you now support the Nigerians, and when I mean Nigerians in diaspora and at home, in alignment with growth in the country. Does it make sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense. To be honest, my brother, to be honest, we won this very presidential election.
Oh yeah,
not
100%.
just I and you, not just I and you.
Yeah.
The Nigerians have won this election.
Yes.
Really, to be honest.
Honestly.
This is a man. We're talking about a man who wants to bring back the Nigeria we know when we were born, far back the 70s and the 80s.
This is it. This is
the man. Because I remember when I went to school, we were childhood friends, Solomon,
Yep.
you know that.
Yep.
I remember when I went to school, as at my time, it was 75 kobo to $1 American.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I can't
when we
remember
were
that
young.
part, but I know that's the issue.
Look at the rate today. Okay, take a look. You know how many people are jumping from Morocco, crossing to Spain? Among all the Africans, you see 95% of them are Nigerians.
Yeah, true.
Every day.
True.
When you see them crossing from Libya to Italia, 95% of them are Nigerians.
True.
Hardship. The government has failed from one political criminal to another political criminal. From one political criminal to another political criminal. If they tell you that right now an Okada rider will win a federal seat in the House of Reps,
you never believe that.
Party, will you believe?
No, not at all. You never believe that.
So this is a God-sent man. This is a God-sent man that will take the country from turmoil of fire back to the same old country.
I agree.
Because I remember his speech at Chatham House, not inside, when he came outside, when he said that green passport will be something we'll be very proud of. That's a leader. No leader has ever said that. No politician has ever said that running for the presidential office.
Yeah.
Okay. For a candidate to come out and say, give me the country to run. Not that he begged. Give me this chance. If I fail, hold me responsible.
Yep.
That word meaning that if I fail, send me to jail.
Yep.
No politician has ever said that.
I think these are the markers that I'm happy that, this network can help Nigerians visualize the individual and the impact and the influence that he can actually help us build, especially from a mental point of view. There's so many anomalies. We'll call them anomalies now, but these anomalies are nuggets of goodness that this man has. Like his speech yesterday. Did you listen to his speech yesterday?
Of course, I listened to him. I started crying when he wept. Wept, I wept.
Yeah, when he got me thinking was Malvin. We've been waiting for a kind of Messiah, not Jesus Christ kind of Messiah, but someone that would save us, save our soul, someone that would bring out a new Nigerian. Regardless of what.
This is the man.
This man did it. There was something he said yesterday. He said, if you want to be addressed or called Your Excellency, the process through which you got to the office must be excellent.
Exactly.
Exactly. That is just, I've never heard that kind of thing before. And that just kicks stuff. That's what made me start this whole thing. I said, you know what? The network would encompass Nigerians willing to put their data into a portal that can be credible. And that portal will support anything Nigerian. It can support a marketplace, it can support online dating, it can support communication, it can support messaging, just basically like looking at the model of social networking and putting everything into one portal for Nigerians to help build, So when he didn't win the election, I thought, well, okay, this is a good idea now to use the portal to create awareness.
Point of correction, please. I am sorry to interfere. Don't say he didn't win the election. He won.
Okay, fair enough.
Please. Go ahead, my
brother. All right. So this election that he won, it gave me a serious idea to say, you know what, I'm going to start engaging with Nigerians daily basis. I have 1 hour, at least 1 hour a day, lunchtime. I can take it anytime.
You have my support. You have my support.
Link out there. Any Nigerian that wants to talk about Peter Obi, but positively, let's talk about the hope that this guy is bringing. Because Malvin, you see, what has been happening since is that, we have been filled with so much energy. We've been filled with so much hope. We've been talking about the hope that Peter Obi will bring. But now maybe it's time we talk about the man himself and what we are going to get or what we would miss. So people can actually see. He has gone through the election. He was robbed. Everybody saw he was robbed. He still humbled himself to come out to talk to us, to say, look, told me to go to court. I'll be obedient. I will go to court. We've not
really
this kind of individual.
This is the first time I am seeing a presidential candidate who won an election that he was robbed, coming out to tell the people, stay calm.
Yeah.
I will follow due process.
Yep.
No, he's really a God-sent. He's a God-sent Messiah to rescue us.
That's how I feel. You see, I feel like Nigerians. I think we shouldn't miss out on this trick.
One moment, not just miss out. When you see the outcome of the House of Reps and National Assembly election.
Yeah.
Did you see? If they tell you that Nigeria will come now, we'll be having 3 political parties in the National Assembly that we have a say, I will not believe this.
Yeah, me too.
I won't believe it. All in 9 months, Labour was able they were able to accept a candidate that wants a better Nigeria.
Yep.
Not just that he decided to go to Labour. It was God that, took him there.
I agree.
It was God that took him there. Take a look now on the news. PDP wants to form an alliance with him.
Well, they have to. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, because now we're talking about the Nigerian citizen. And when you're talking, you want to do things excellently. Me being a member of any party doesn't mean that I'm your enemy.
Correct.
Because we both want the same thing in the end.
Correct.
So what is the big deal if, we come together and make a better country? There is no big deal.
There's no big deal. The truth is the politicians should take a look. We have made mistakes in the past. All the leaders have been making mistakes. Yeah. One man is coming out to correct the mistake of all the past leaders.
Yeah.
They don't want to give him the chance. Now look at the statement yesterday when they were asking about the gubernatorial election.
Yeah.
He said he wants it to be peaceful and he wants everybody to go out and vote for the right candidate.
Yeah.
No, he's not biased. He said go out and vote for the right candidate and vote for Labour Party also. You see, he's not biased. He didn't say vote for Labour alone.
No.
He said go out and vote for the right candidate for your state.
Yep.
That is a true leader. That is a man that can lead us forward. Really, really. One thing I noticed is that PDP made a mistake by not allowing him, to fight for the presidential ticket of the primaries. If he had gotten that ticket under PDP, I don't think this rigging will take place. Believe me.
Well, the rigging would always be there. You see, in my opinion, the rigging would always be there, but I think the main thing that we have to focus on is the individual. If we can sell the individual Peter Obi back to Nigerians, yeah, even the ones that did that knew, because you see, there's no celebrating in the land. You know,
how can they celebrate when they know they stole a mandate of someone who already who has an original copy of his vote in his hand and is going to court with it? No, the truth is the time has come for all these politicians we are having, robbing us, embezzling funds.
Right.
The time has come for them to think with their head and say, oh, we have stolen enough. We have enriched ourselves. Yep. Let's think about the people.
Yep.
No, the time has come. Because what I see now is, if not for the same Peter Obi begging everybody for calm, the country would have been in a big chaos.
It would have been chaos, because to be honest, all he had to say was go to the streets and do this, and trust me,
he didn't say that.
All the obedience would have
he didn't say that.
Risen up and taken to the streets, but he didn't say that. And then
we're talking about a nation of 200 million or 210 million at the moment.
That's not a small number.
So how many will the army kill?
Yeah, there you go.
Will come out.
Yeah.
It will come out before you see all of them start running on exile. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. But they're not thinking of that. They're not thinking of that.
Yeah. So when he came out and asked, fellow Obedients and Nigerians to be calm, it was very reassuring, because now he's saying, let's be calm, let's test our judicial system. That's the key message in there. Now that the whole world knows, the whole world, and when I mean the whole world, it's a global thing. The whole world knows that, this has been done wrong. Let us now show the whole world how good or how bad our judicial system is. But you see, the thing that Malvin is, this is why I think a network like this can work. So we can have those discussions as it's ongoing about where we are failing systematically and where this guy can make it right. For instance,
I guarantee you, between now and 24 hours, I will share this link to all Nigerians I know here in the Netherlands where I live.
Yeah, I mean, this is the point, because if you have a network like this to discuss about progress of Nigeria, not necessarily the fighting and the bantering that we've gone through before. Let's talk about progress for Nigeria.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we've gone through this thing now, and the whole world has watched us more or less showcase our good side and our bad side. We showcase our good side because the turnout was amazing. I mean, you saw videos and videos of people, didn't you? People.
Not just that. This is the highest democratic election exercise ever in the continent of Africa. So we should put it on the right track.
Yeah. Well,
really?
Let's see how it goes, because like I said, we just want to make sure that we showcase Nigerians. Anybody coming in to join us, we just want to converse. We don't have any agenda per se. We're just Nigerians that want to talk about the situation from a positive point of view. How can we really build on this? Because that's the key thing. Any which way with the Nigerian citizen, I don't think the Nigerian citizen has lost. Any which way, I think we have actually gained something. We've gained an awareness of what we can do as a people. That's how I feel, though. It's really a case of, okay, let's start talking about possibilities. Let's talk about hope. Let's talk about vision. Let's talk about, what this man can do for us. So ladies joining us, I hope you're okay, Miss Pastor Rose.
Yeah, fine.
Welcome on board. Welcome on board.
Yeah, good morning all.
So myself and my friend thought it'd be a good idea to have a network to discuss Nigeria, because we are going through a lot, and I don't think a lot of people are looking at the Nigerian citizen and their well-being at this point in time. I don't know what party you support, but this is not about party affiliation. This is about testing the Nigerian resolve. And we as citizens going to look at the country and say, are we doing our best? And if we're not doing our best, how can we help ourselves? Any thoughts on the matter?
Let her. She should go ahead.
Pastor Rose, go ahead. Give us some information and give us some insight into how we can make ourselves better. Okay, maybe she's just listening in. Malvin, let's keep on going.
Okay, to my opinion is the time has come for we, the fellow Nigerians, living abroad, home and abroad. The time come for us. This is not about tribe or whether you come from the north or the south or whatever.
Yeah.
The time has come for us to show to the world that we are one Nigeria. When you take a look in the whole continent of Africa, we should be the one leading Africa.
And leading, what do you mean?
In any good thing, you know, about the continent of Africa, Nigeria should be the one leading.
I agree.
Because when you take a look, mostly, the world is using the idea of Nigeria.
Right.
A lot. If we can have a woman like Mrs. Okonjo-Iweala to become the World Trade Organization, after the World Bank, to the finance minister of Nigeria, and then back, you know, to a world, you know, level.
Right.
That's number one. And number two, I remembered in the pandemic, great countries were having medical problems.
Right.
Among all the countries, medical doctors and nurses were picked from the whole continent of Africa. Nigeria was the highest.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you take a look, we have educated Nigerians.
Very intelligent Nigerians.
We have intelligent Nigerians.
Very.
But the problem is a lot of them are being kept under hardship.
Arrested development.
Yeah. Not just that alone. Nigeria is the only country you go, you will see someone graduated from the university 20 years ago. He has not gotten a job.
Fair enough. Yeah.
All in the name of bad leadership.
Yeah.
So it has to come to an end from one bad leader to another. Not all the time when one president is going out of power, he wants to put his own successor. This is what just happened.
Yeah.
This is what just happened.
You see, what has caught me unawares now is there's no happiness in the land. You know, it doesn't feel like if we just had an election.
No, the country's not happy.
Yeah, it feels like something died, and we are taking it in just to see how it goes. That's how it feels, like something died.
No, okay, sorry to cut you off. You made a promise. You call yourself the INEC chairman. You made a promise that in each polling station, there will be an upload from the beavers. Then while the party agents in the federal capital with the international monitoring, you know, organizations will be seeing the result clearly live on screen. Okay. Election started in all polling stations all over the country. There were some parts, you know, that was with violence, but I'm happy it was a fair election, but it was rigged.
Yeah.
Okay, take a look. The moment they saw the Labour Party was rising to 11 million votes, they turned off the server. They turned it off.
Yeah, I agree, but you see, the thing is, yeah, like I was saying before, if we dwell on that, we'll just keep on being anxious and the anxiety levels will come up high because the whole world saw what happened. This is the point, you know. But now, this individual that we call Peter Obi now, what are we going to miss if we don't make him president? What's your view on that? What do you think we would miss?
To me, if we don't make him president, we are doomed. Getting really? A man like this back again. I don't think. No, we are doomed. If we, really? Yes, getting a man like this back again.
That's your opinion. That's fine. Yeah, go on.
It might not be in my time. Maybe in the time of my grandkids. I'm telling you.
Fair enough.
Really. No. This man, Peter Obi, gave me the assurance that if he becomes president, if I am coming home, I will be happy with a smile. I will not be afraid of insecurity.
Yeah.
I will not be afraid of, a lot of things.
Yeah.
But now, rigging the election, going to my own country is a big threat. Yeah. When you take a look at the security situation, kidnapping, robbery, you have someone who calls himself a president, he cannot handle the insecurity. The last time I went to my country was in the pandemic.
Right.
Okay. So the pandemic is over. I was thinking, okay, I want to go home, but I called my parents at home. They said, wait till after the election.
Yeah.
So
same here for many people too.
I rushed to the Nigerian embassy in Den Haag here in the Netherlands.
Right.
To get my Nigerian passport, because I do not know how long I will be staying in Nigeria. Because if I go with my European passport, it's valid, just with a 3-month visa on it.
Right.
So getting the passport was a problem in my own embassy. The booklet, there were no booklets. I had to fight.
Is this in Nigeria or in
Den Haag here? In Den Haag here.
Where's that? Okay, fair enough.
The Consulate General was complaining that don't blame us. The fault is not from us. It's coming from the Nigerian immigration. We don't make the booklet here. They make the booklet there and then they send it blank diplomatically here, and then we fill it up all informations, of Nigerians, applying for a passport.
Right.
I almost fought with him. I told him one word in that building. I said, all these games going on, there's a new leader coming. When he comes, this will not be happening anymore.
Fair enough.
He told me something. He said he prays so. So I didn't want to go into argument with him or whatever. I came back home. I was happy. As we are talking, I have a ticket to travel on the 22nd of March.
Right.
But the situation now, I will have to postpone it. I will have to postpone it. Really.
Why?
No, the mandate of this man should be given to him. The mandate should be given. Because the way he called for calm, I will not be calm.
I think this is the thing now. The way he called for calm, yeah. I think after I thought about it, because I was very angry before. I was really upset. But sometimes you just have to listen to a voice of reason. And since this man has always been a voice of reason, it would have been, I would have defeated the purpose if I didn't listen to him. So I listened to him, and his words, like I said, very assuring when he say things like, just remain calm, that they want us to go to court. We will go to court. But what I think we need to focus on is not Peter Obi against the judicial system of Nigeria. It's actually the judicial system of Nigeria against Nigerians.
Now you understand why I said I will not be calm if I go home. You know why I tell you this? Oh yeah, really, I will not be calm because I hate injustice.
Yeah.
I am the man talking now before you. Me, you know me very well, Solomon, from childhood.
Yeah.
1999, my uncle Ephraim Akpata was the INEC chairman. Yes, he conducted from military Abdul Salam Abubakar to democracy.
Right, I remember that guy.
So before you see me getting angry on this,
you already know.
Nigerian politics have changed from, let me say, we're not just from frying pan to fire. I'm talking, parably. Sorry, excuse me. So if you understand, But right now, we're not even from frying pan to fire. They just rigged it and gave it to someone who's going to put us, from fire to ashes.
So this is where I strongly believe that the Nigerian spirit would showcase itself this time around, because a lot of people have enough. If they go to court, and by all means necessarily Peter Obi wins, it's still going to be a victory for every Nigerian citizen.
God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah, because now okay, our judicial system actually works. But if from the evidence that, I mean, even me, the small evidence that I have just from looking at, things happening on the internet and the beaver system and doing a small audit on the IREV system, I already know that case is not going to fly in court because the system is not doing what it's supposed to do. So it makes you wonder why there's so much interest in the people running the INEC. But we already know the answer to that. So let's go back to the point. Mr. Peter Obi for me is I would say a messiah. He's a breath of fresh air for the nation.
He's a God-anointed leader.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, he's a God-anointed leader.
Pastor, what do you have to say about Peter Obi? Do you mind telling us a little bit about Peter Obi from your point of view? Pastor Rose?
Yes. Good morning. I raised my hand long time.
Oh yeah, sorry. We were just having the conversation was too
Yes.
sweet.
My apologies.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm so excited when you talk about our country. Basically, I'm based in UK, but that not mean that I cannot fight for the right of the poor people, poor masses at home.
That's true.
I know what I say. I don't want to talk. I spent a lot for this election. I did not spend. I live here. I got my British passport. I could have said I don't care. But when I look at the poor masses, I see because I can't give everybody money. I send for everybody in my community. But what I do to Peter Obi to win, that will help the poor masses back home. And I'm not in politics. I don't like, I'm not interested. But when Peter Obi, I follow that man on the media. I don't know him. And through the media, I follow him. And I started being crying every day. I said, so Nigeria got people like this. They always bring something that I don't even know. We can't say old man, we can't say mental, we can't say sick. So I don't know where they brought people to package them and give us. I said to myself, the first time in my life, see a woman being in Nigeria, speak very intelligent, so matured, so humble, humility. So I follow Peter Obi. One day Peter Obi said something about another land. And I remember what happened during the time of COVID. You remember the COVID?
Yeah, of course.
What the European did.
Yeah.
They give people paper, they open a farmland and send people to go and work. You remember something like that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that thing both economic of the whole land, economic of Italy, because I know my cousin were living there, doesn't have a paper. She did not have a paper. Right. So during the time of COVID, they give her a paper and they open a farmland for people to go and work there. And that brings a lot of economic to boom in Europe, in Italy, Holland, all over the Europe.
Yeah.
We were talking about the farm. I said to my friends, this is what Europeans do during the time of COVID. They give people paper, they open a farm. People went to work there. So that is mean that this farm, talk about farm, we got too much land in Nigeria. If there's no state in Nigeria did not have a lot of acre of land that nobody know what they use it for.
True.
Sometimes they will go plant cassava, they plant cocoyam, they cannot be able to bring the glasses, they don't have no money to buy fertilizer. Sometimes it will not grow. Just all our land is just wasted. And I can see that Peter Obi's ambition is to focus on the land, to bring land. You see what the politician did. They went to, the poor masses vote for them. One man in my place, he went to House of Assembly for 20 years, which is 4 times.
Right.
He always use talks to go there. There's nothing we can do. And what I'm saying, when every time, if you see the land, the man bought a land, very big land, just to do agriculture.
Right.
He's making money from there. So I said to myself, if agriculture is not important, why must a House of Assemblyman use money to buy the whole community, buy the whole village, buy the end of the sea from the area that you are going to Port Harcourt? That's where I come from. So this is what Peter Obi is coming up. And the man sounds so intelligent. I started falling in love with the man. All of my family send money, go home. We get all the offices. I have about 17 wards. We get offices for Labour Party. We do this. It was a big battle.
Wow.
I send money. They do campaign. I do the flyer. I do the poster. I do the billboard. Everything. to bring Peter Obi to my community for people to know what they call Peter Obi.
Exactly.
They know that there's another election. Yes, another party is on the way. When, like my brother told me, my brother said he will write a letter because my brother is one of the king. He was there in the person of my brother. Peter Obi have a lot of vote, and they use politician PDP.
Yeah.
Use thumbprint for Peter Obi vote to condemn all the vote. Thumbprint for like a Labour thumbprint with PDP, mix it up like that to be wasted. So my brother said to me, call me on the phone and said, upon the suffering where people are suffering. So people get hard to do this. And they're using convoy because they vote for them. Things are better for them, but they don't care about poor masses.
No, this is the problem.
So I just look at myself. Even one of my friends in America, he is from my place. One day he sent 500,000 naira to Nigeria. We team up to make sure that we boom the ground for my community for Peter Obi. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, when you talk about education, there was a big land. I just have a very big land. I fenced the whole land about 7 plot of land. Yeah. I said, Peter Obi is coming up. I'm going to build a school. I know when I said build this school, I will bring extension. You will send somebody to come and open it, and they will get a substitute because he's happy for all those investment, especially education and agriculture. He's happy for it.
You see, Pastor Rose, sorry to cut you short. This is why we are here, because we started the conversation. We said we feel Nigeria needs a network, our own network, where we can be talking about development, especially like we're doing now. You know, if we can build this network of positive and like-minded individuals, it will help with the dynamics of the country. You know, instead of us going to, maybe we'll go to Facebook, we'll go to Twitter and make so much noise. Why don't we have our own network where we can table things like this? Your projects you are doing now, if that project was on the network, a lot of people see what you're doing, more people will come and help you do it, because of the credibility of the network. So sorry, I just wanted to
thank you, because listen, I can't, if I have 20 pounds a day, let's say a day, I want to spend 10 pounds go home, not only for my family, for the poor masses, because things are very, very hard for people back home. People are still sometimes, they don't even eat once a day. Okay, that day I sent 50,000 naira for my brother to buy food for the children. Before he can be able to get 50,000 naira, they took 20,000 out from him and give him 30,000 for where he get the money, because you can't get the money out. So one of the people who don't have the people who send money to them from abroad, life is hard for people. So that is why we will never give up. I know one thing. God never showed me that Peter Obi will not help Nigeria, poor masses. Peter Obi did not go to be a president so that he want to drive a car, he want to shop. No, he go because of the poor masses. God just brought him nowhere to come and help the poor masses. So to finalize my topic, a lot of evidence is there. If you look at what the man said, chieftain PDP, he said, why the INEC announced the result of Lagos? Why another one just come back from the portal? The result is coming in, which is 900 and something. So we got a lot of evidence that Peter Obi is going to use it in the court. If he cannot get 5 states, he can get 3 states.
But Pastor, don't you agree that if we go to court and if Peter Obi goes to court and he wins, do you agree that it's the Nigerian citizen that wins?
It's a Nigerian citizen win, not Peter Obi win.
Yes.
And what I'm seeing, because I had that Turumbo pay a big money in the court to trash out the case. But
Madam, sorry to cut you off. Could you believe, sorry to cut you off, but I got this from a reliable source. Before Peter Obi had that press conference yesterday, he was already being approached by the DSS.
To arrest him?
No, they were forcing him to sign a paper not to go to court.
Really?
Did he sign? He will not sign.
He cannot.
No, he can't.
Peter Obi, I trust that man. If he can afford, you don't hear the story of the man, of his joining of his politics.
I mean, tell us, this is what we just want to hear.
The joining of Peter Obi politics, he said he was walking in a bank when somebody called him to come and be a governor in Anambra State.
Right.
He did not even plan. Then what Peter Obi do now? It was on the Twitter.
Right.
All those Nigerian men who know him put on the Twitter. They asked him to go, that they will back him up. It was the people who know Peter Obi called him and put him in.
See?
So because people who know Peter Obi from the background and they know what he can do, they are the team of the youth that push him to go for this. From the Twitter, this is started.
You see, I didn't know that, but you see, I feel that about Peter Obi. I feel it. You know, I was listening to Patutomi. Patutomi was speaking the other day, and Professor Patutomi said, it's the people that selected Peter Obi. It's the people that...
Yes. Peter Obi did not even dream to go this president. People selected him on Twitter, some youth, and asked him to come in.
Not just that alone. Sorry, one moment. Not just that alone. When you come back to your topic, madam. I just need 30 seconds.
Okay. What I'm trying to say, they will cause a problem because what they do, INEC, if you look at the election, there's no election. It gets election, it gets a state. It was done on the 20th. On the 20th of February. It's not 25th.
Right.
And the papers show, all the documents show. You know, listen to me, my dear. You are praying with the youth. You are praying with the children.
This is it.
You are playing with the children that what the children know, your own children know about internet, you don't know. So, we know that what the INEC had do, he has already got the money from Tinubu. He has promised Tinubu, he has swear everything, he will deliver the country to Tinubu's hand. That was his plan. And he has succeeded to do it because INEC did not deliver the message to Tinubu, did not deliver the message to Nigeria as it's supposed to be. Okay. INEC not supposed to, even some part of Imo State, INEC said there is no election there. But INEC look at the result and it said there's election there. INEC that put in a paper and it said that some of the local government would not hold election. But you saw a result came out on the portal from that local government. Or no, not from the portal, from your hand. They give it to you. And you know that you are the one who underlined those local government that there will be no election. So why must INEC took that election and announce?
Right.
So what I'm saying, it was just like they were planning. Because if INEC did not do like this, you will collect the presidential post from INEC and give it to Peter Obi.
They don't want that.
You will collect it because they let the youth and everybody relax that they're going to be a credible, fair and credible election.
One moment, madam. Sorry. Let me just say this, then you can come back to your topic. Right now, you know the shock in the country as we talk? In the name of one man coming out for the Labour Party, more than 30 seats in the National Assembly has been won under the Labour Party.
Yes.
So now they are all in shock. That is why they rigged this election. They are all afraid. Because if they're not afraid, they should come out with the original result and say, okay, the Labour Party won. So go back to your topic, madam, please. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah. If you look at what happened, I saw some news come out on my phone, some Nigerian news. The court said, the High Court is not happy for the result.
Nope.
They are not happy for the result.
Yep.
So let's see how they are going to play the game. Congratulations, Tinubu, but you did not win. You rick. Look at how they go. The police, the thugs, carry the ballot box. Everything show on the media. Everything, the children got phone. They video everything live. It's not something that they want to say, where is the evidence? Evidence is what you got on your phone that you can let everybody to see. So, I don't see that Nigerian youth did not lose this election. They make it. And this is the history that Nigerian youth do. And that is why I cross my hand on my chest to make sure that I invest for Nigerian youth. They did very well. They knew that Nigerian youth would deliver the country to Peter Obi hand. So that is why you see they turned this result. They turned the election upside down. When I vote, I let my vote count. That's what they prepared themselves. They did not prepare themselves and know that there will be talks. Because Buhari said there will be no talks. And all these things, there is no law in Nigeria. That is why we need to get a law, because Buhari saw all those talks, killing people. Up to now, Buhari did not say anything what happened for that election day. He did not say anything.
That's true.
So Nigeria, listen to me, just 1 minute. Our Nigerian children, they are terrible. Believe me, they could have killed half of the talks that day, but they did not prepare themselves. They were thinking that election is going to be, some bring their finger, he will show for Potter. Thank you very much. But we are not going to give up. I know Peter Obi will win. I know.
He has already won. He has already won.
Yes, so many lawyers have stand. Okay, now if they release the number of the Lagos, if they grab all the number now and put for what Peter Obi have, which the INEC, the chieftain of PDP, they are holding the number for hand. So if they put it for what Peter Obi had before, it's going to have highest in Lagos. It's going to have more than 30% or 50% in Lagos. So let's see what will happen, because we are not losing that election. Thank you.
No, thank you. That was a very nice statement, madam. I will assure you one thing that, sorry I interrupted like that. So
it's all right, that's fine, that's fine. There is no
I will
problem.
assure you one thing that enough is enough. It has come to the stage that we say enough is enough.
Pastor, Peter spoke yesterday, and you see that thing he said where he said, if you want to be called Your Excellency, the process that brought you to office must be excellent. So if we don't abide by what he has said, when he gets there, it will not be looked like an excellent process for him, because we want him to go in there excellently. Because you see, Peter Obi will change many Nigerian people, and he has started changing already.
He will change the law. He will change the law.
Yeah, he has changed even the way I think.
Political law, he will change. All this talk, he will not be there again.
Definitely.
So why did you think they rigged the election? Why did you think they rigged it? Because they've seen the change has come. They've seen that the man that will stop oil theft, corruption, you know, all this political shit of a thing. They've seen the anointed leader has come. That was why they rigged it. Because if to me he is the president of Nigeria. Anywhere I see him, I will recognize him as Your Excellency. At this moment, I don't call him Peter Obi. I call him His Excellency.
Yeah, and
because he won.
You are right. Can I ask you one question?
Yes, ma'am.
Please. Okay. We are now, these political talks, it took us unaware. We did not know that they would do that. Because Buhari said, and INEC said, the election is going to be good. So everybody, the boys will listen, that Nigerian boy, they are ready because their life is tired them. So nobody was planning to carry any knife. Nobody was planning to carry any torch. What they carry, they were carrying only their PCP to go for voting. You got my point? So nobody know that there will be political talks on that 25th. They could have prepared themselves. So now we don't send those people to go for vote again without they don't prepare themselves. They must prepare themselves. They don't go to kill, but they have to prepare themselves. That's what I said. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah.
You mean they have to defend themselves?
Yeah, because if not so, they will kill these children again.
Okay.
For Governor's Day.
It's a different thing
on the 11th.
It's a different thing when you tell people to make sure they defend themselves, if anything. That's understandable. But
yes,
we don't want to say we're going to put people out there to go and harm people.
No, because the youth did not plan. They did not plan that there will be political talks.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So now that they know that there's a possibility,
yes, they have to prepare themselves.
Defend themselves.
Because the police is not helping them. The police is there. The one they got them in Akwa Ibom. Police officer got them. You know, our governor sent them to go and carry the ballot box. They wear army uniform. And then the police got them. They are 5. They discovered that they're political. So then the police detention now in Akwa Ibom State. They were interviewed them yesterday. So we did not know that they will have that. We could have planned ourselves. So any Nigerian youth now, they say they are not going to go and vote. We beg them to go and vote. I'm being on more than 10 groups in Nigeria, both Northerners, South and West and East. We will be begging them to go and vote because they say they are not going to vote again because look at what happened that day. So let them go and vote, let them prepare themselves.
Okay. Malvin, what do you think about
that? For me, I'll be leaving in a few minutes for Germany. So let me just round up my topic with you. The truth is, I agree with Pastor in a way, and I don't agree in a way. So I will beg you one more time, Pastor, please. If you are contributing anything to people, you know, in your community, let it be for a peaceful election, please. Please. Let it be for a peaceful gubernatorial election. So do not encourage them to go hold guns or something or whatever. To protect the ballot box, I am in support of it because the government is not doing enough to protect the ballot boxes. Really. This is something, this is something the government should have said, okay, why don't we add the vigilantes of each community that are having polling stations? And believe me, right now at this moment, I trust the vigilantes more than the government officials, the security system.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that one. I don't trust the Nigerian government, but our point now is, we have this individual called Peter Obi right now. Now, how can we start creating this vision of hope for Nigeria? Using this man as a marker. But I think that conversation is missing somewhere. There are conversations about the elections, what we can do, what we should do, but the conversations around this person that we are, really fighting and ready to, die for, what can he actually do, or what should he do, and what are the possibilities? Like this our platform now that, Pastor, I don't know how you got the link, but, I'm so glad you're here because you sound like someone who likes education, who likes to build communities. So it's really just a case of, letting people express themselves. You come in, you speak, see what you want to talk about, and if you're not interested, it's fair enough. You move on. But I think Nigeria is on the brink of something really great. Anyhow we look at it. I think we're on the brink of something we haven't seen before.
I agree with you very well.
If the court system, if we go to court and the court wins, and it's Nigerian that wins, if we lose, the whole...
It's a fact, but can we rely on our judiciary system now as we talk?
No, I don't think that is the issue. I think relying on the judicial system, is what we've not really had confidence in, but it has never been showcased like this before. It has never been exposed to the world in this magnitude to say, here is the Nigerian judicial system. Okay, you guys come and audit us. You guys come and, witness us perform. So what you're going to get on the day, should this go to court, don't forget PDP people are going to court as well.
Of course, I know.
Get like the best of lawyers. You're going to get the best of Nigerian lawyers coming to defend the Nigerian citizen. And if it's proven that the Nigerian citizen, not Peter Obi, not Atiku, if it's proven that the Nigerian citizens' right has been violated in any way, then the court system would have to showcase itself in such a way that Nigeria would be exposed again as a great country. Some guy joined us, Sound Mike or Sound Mike. We're just here to talk. We don't really have any agenda. If you want to lend your voice to the individual call, that's fine. If you want to just give an opinion on something, we're more than happy to just talk, because we need a Nigerian network that we can just be talking our own matter. And we thought it's a good idea to start this off.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Mike.
Hello, Mike. Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So I think I've been following you on Twitter. By that space where Stephen is the host, and you said certain things that caught my mind, and I was like, okay.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. That's interesting.
Whatever thing we need to do, you said something about being decisive and being strategic. I wanted to know if it is possible if we have networks as low as the local government areas, if we have sites or WhatsApp groups or something where we can actually send information to ourselves about whatever thing we need to be doing. And whatever thing we need to be doing, everybody has to be carried along across the whole nation. If it's something we want to do it together. If it's a tweet that needs to be repeated, everybody has to do it. It's at a particular time, so it carries weight. We need to be as in calculated with our actions, because I'm telling you, these guys, they already anticipated everything that will be happening by this time, the court cases and everything, and they know that we would even want to take to the streets and all this. I know some of you already know this, and they already see this. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, most of these guys were in the military. Many of them were in the military, and they've been playing this politics for a very long time. It's not something that is new to them. Whatever thing we want to do, somebody would have, even if they are not the one thinking of it, they have people, think tanks, like people that in like a privy council that will advise them about certain things that will be happening. They already know many of these things would happen, and I bet you they have game plans that they want to put on. So whichever way we could support, like I was saying, if we have evidence that yes, so many of us took pictures and all of that, if it's something we want to tweet at a particular time, we'll let everybody know, okay, we are retweeting a particular post from a particular person, and everybody will retweet and make a hashtag. Let the world feel it. Let as even it's like by 12 noon. Let it have weight. We tag as many international media houses as possible, so they see every of these things, and we put it out there at that particular 12 noon, or it is 12 a.m., whichever time. It's a strategy. If you're coming out to vote, you can just say, okay, at about 12 noon. Something came up to my mind, and I was like, if it's like a particular time across the country, we just stand together, we hold our hands, and we start singing the national anthem. Everybody, apart it's something that is this thing is, so for me, is bigger than just Peter Obi. I know he's the one. Yes, he's the one we are looking at to stand for us and change things. But this is a Nigerian mandate for every Nigerian. It is something that has gone past a party thing and everything, because we need to be sure. As okay, what if Peter Obi did not come out to rule? Are we going to say something? We will not look for a way to take back our country.
Yeah.
So we need to be looking at the bigger picture. It's so much more than one party right now. It is at the life of every Nigerian is at stake, because once this guy, they control this whole thing, and you give them the next 8 years, homo, it no go funny at all. It no go funny. It's not fun. It will not be funny at all. Not be say you.
You're right. You're very right. You're very, very right. So my opinion is, as long as this case is going to Supreme Court, I would prefer the whole nation that voted for this man should come out. They should come out and show their population in each state. That will send a signal to the government that they really lost. It will send a signal to them that, yeah, the nation is tired. So they should give it to the rightful winner, His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi.
Okay, Michael, I'm not sure what you do for a living per se, but what we have to do is first things first is keep that hope alive. Systematically. Because everybody cannot say or do the same thing. You know, we can activate ourselves the best way we know how as Nigerians, which is speaking to power. Before you came, we were talking about the judicial system in Nigeria. The judicial system in Nigeria, we already know it has a problem. We know that, everybody knows that. But guess what? This is now a time for that problem to be tested worldwide. It has never had so much coverage before. You know, so once they announce a particular date that this is when the trial or whatever, or the thing is going to go to court, the build up towards that should be an ideal starting point. You know, we should start talking about how this is going to fail, or if it's not going to fail, if it's going to be all right. Let's start talking about it. Let's start building it up. You know, in view of the fact that if Nigerians speak up that they are dependent on the courts for their citizenship, there is no way that whoever is sitting there as the judge must speak up. So Nigeria would win any which way in this point in time. Nigeria would win. I was so angry. Everybody was upset, angry, anxious. But when you listen to Peter Obi, we follow Peter Obi for a particular reason, because he's intelligent. That's my particular reason. He's very smart. Regardless of how we look at it, he's a very intelligent human being. For someone to come up with that phrase yesterday to say the process of you getting into office must be excellent. So at this point in time, the only excellent way that Nigerians can give that man victory is through justice. And justice is in the court of law right now. That means we have to showcase that Nigerian can produce justice. So the hammering should be on making sure that the justice system of Nigeria is being exhibited, and it must come out at its best. Because even if it's just one vote that doesn't register, that is enough to restart an election, because the system promised transparency. So it's man against machine in this regard. We're dealing with a system called INEC, not necessarily an individual. Is INEC flawed? Yes, INEC is flawed. You can see it. IREV is flawed. If you go in there, there was a portal I went to check a result, and in the results page, there was a picture of a woman. Instead of the result, there was a picture of the woman. That means you have data integrity issues. And if you have data integrity issues, that means the whole system is compromised. So that alone, a forensic audit should.
This matter is not about Obi. It's about we Nigerians.
Exactly.
If I'm in Nigeria that day, I will go to that court.
Yes.
Because I know Nigerian youth that are serious, they will go to court.
Thank you.
I have a lot of group which I join, because I sponsor a lot, I support a lot of group. Any group when I'm seeing on Facebook or YouTube, they are doing very well for campaign that time, I send something, go give them. Even if they eat something there, that not mean, because they work. Whatever you work, that's where you eat from, isn't it?
I think
Exactly.
Michael, what you were saying before now, it makes sense. If you wanted an activation point, is really to make sure that majority of the people you know turn up to that court on the day.
Yes.
Sure.
You know?
If they allow us to know the day.
Yeah, well,
Because
Of course.
Yes.
it's not going to hide it, because now what Peter Obi has given the Nigerian citizen, this is why majority of the spaces I see so much anger. I said, no, let's just create something different. You know, the anger is necessary, but the focus is very important. If we know the court, when we know the court, Peter Obi he's not going to hide any information from us. He will tell you he's going to this place on this day. We turn up there peacefully to support the cause. The judge, no matter what it is, you know, he would understand empathy on that day. You know, and like Pastor Rose was saying, this is not about the Peter Obi. It's really about the citizen of Nigeria.
Yes. So that we can go home. I can go home and sleep at home.
I get what you mean, you know. So this is it, though. Sound Mike, what do you think? Because we want to build the Nigerian network. The Nigerian network does not exist. You know, I've been saying this thing for almost 10 years. If we had the Nigerian network, we would not be in this mess. If we had a portal where Nigerians, like the UK government, I mean, Pastor Rose, you live in the UK now, there's gov.co.uk. It's a portal for citizens where you go in and put in some vital details. After a while, once they certify that that is you, all you need is a unique number from them to do anything you want to do. So if we had that kind of system, right, all this voting and all this rigging, the verification would have been done in so many ways, you know, that all this will not be a problem. But we don't have that portal. And I think it's up to the people to build that portal.
Yes.
And this is where, sorry?
Okay, if you've seen this video about is it Christian Chima so on Twitter, that he was saying something about the same thing, strategy like this, that it is possible that everyone that is involved, because sincerely I'm not an IT guru, I'm not into all of that. So he said everyone that has the ability to do things, because he was putting out, let me see if I could get that tweet.
If you could get it, but don't forget, if you can, join the WhatsApp group through the link, because we're trying to grow that one as well. The thing is, yeah, you don't have to be IT, you know, to build this kind of thing. Even Pastor and Malvin, you don't have to be IT. All you have to think about is, what do you want to see in the network? You know, for instance, if you want to see information about your village in the network, why is it not in the network? So that can be either added as a feature, but it has to start somewhere. You see, so if you have just imagine the Nigeria where we have physically replicated happening online. That's what I'm talking about. All these conversations, communication, it can be had in a network. It can be had like this by Nigerians. And if we open it up for Nigerians, say, look, let's build this thing. You'll be amazed. You start having designers, developers, IT people, business people saying, I can do this, I can do that. But they will see the value of their money as the thing is being developed.
Sure.
You know? Because that is what we don't have. If you look at America, America has their portals where all their citizens in there. If America shuts down today in terms of voting, they can vote online from home. No problem. You know, if the UK, anything happens that we can't go out, for instance, we can sit at home. All they have to do is give us 1 or 2 numbers. We would vote from home. But back home, we have to close schools for 2 weeks just to go and make a decision. We've closed the schools for 2 weeks. Election is coming again in next weekend. They will close school again for another couple of days. That is not right. But if we have a portal or a system or a network, right? That's why this Nigerian network is in existence now. So okay, let's just be agile about it. What would you like to see? For instance, let me ask Malvin. Malvin, what would you like to see in a Nigerian network?
What I would like to see in a Nigerian network is when we come together in a network like this, we always talk about what will bring us forward. Because it's time we talk about forward ever, backward never. When you take a look, Nigeria is having the largest economy in the continent of Africa. But when you go to other African countries, they are well governed by their leaders more than the way Nigeria is being governed. Because I am a man who has been all over the world. All the continents in the world I have been to, but not all the countries in the world. So I remember, you say?
In the Nigerian network space, what would you like to see that can bring change to a country?
What brings change to a country is unity and communication and cooperation. That is what I'd like to see.
So if we have an online space where this can be discussed and engaged, then that kind of unity is there, because it will be void of religion, tribalism, or anything.
Exactly.
So sorry, I'm back now. So that is the truth. The thing is, like I was saying, we need to, like he was saying, I wanted to say something about to be united down to, as in getting to local government areas, if it is possible via the WhatsApp groups. We now like, okay, we're going to be meeting in that what did you call it again? Nigerian Network. We need a framework. We need a structure that works. That when we say we are doing this, want to put this together, everyone can come in and come out to say, okay, yes, I can be part of this without being what's the word that I'm looking for? All this religious and tribalistic thing coming into play. This is Nigeria, for crying out loud. We are Nigerians.
Excuse me, please. With all due respect, my gentleman, where are you residing at the moment?
I'm in Lagos. Akwa Njoi, right? Nicely.
That's very nice. Very good. Go ahead.
So something like that. Now we now begin to have little projects, and we begin to put people in charge of those projects. Like for instance, we can also have sensitizations happening around. Not everybody would be privy to having knowledge of how to handle, like the first election that happened now. In some places around my place, around Akonjo local government and Okpaja area, not many persons actually snapped and put their results online. Right. I know some persons were saying, some groups, some chats, and some spaces were saying things like that, come out and everything, and put all these evidences and everything. If we can also have somewhere we can store every of these things, like a central drive or something, where we can store this whatever thing we get, whatever evidence is according to the states, local government areas and everything, so they can be easily accessible. When you say, okay, for this particular local government, this is what came out and this is what happened, every one of them.
Thank you. Can I say something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so happy. I don't know, maybe God just wants us to, for me to join this network. And please, it's very important if we can be able to build this network to support the poor masses, because even if Peter Obi take over today, it's not going to do everything. We can also go home. It's okay, there are some part in Hausa, northern part, they don't have no water. There's some part in East, West, they don't have no water. Yeah. We can get to at least give them 2 borehole water. Yeah. We can give them, go to some school, get a uniform, get school bag, get exercise book and give it to them. Then, by God's grace, we pray and get a name. Whatever we want to call, but I think, I don't know, maybe Obedient Nigerian Support Network. I think we need to build the network so that we can be able to, my own is charity, to bring this network to be on the news, to be on the whole world, Nigeria, everywhere. Because anything we do, gather ourselves, we have some time, maybe we raise money every month, and we make sure it's okay, 3 months time we budget that we are going, we look at the places where they don't have no water, there's no school, we can go there to roof the school where there's no classroom. Do something in a poor community, poor masses. Thank you.
Pastor, let me tell you what the possibilities can be. You see, the network has potential and it has a wide range of functions. It all depends on the goals and objectives of what we set out to be individually. And Nigeria does not have anything like this. Let me be frank. In terms of communication, for instance, the Nigerian Network can serve as a platform for communication and collaboration among young individuals and among people. It can help businesses, it can help organizations in Nigeria. And this can include things like, either sending messages, sending money, or sending video conferences, or even just sharing files within the network. From an educational point of view, the Nigerian Network can provide educational resources and opportunities for people within the network. So for instance, it's just 4 of us here now, and this thing is starting with 4 of us, right? I don't know Rose, I don't know Mike, I happen to know Malvin, but to be honest, that's already a Nigerian network. There's 4 of us talking about a similar goal. The goal now is, from an educational point of view, can we provide resources and opportunities for other people, other Nigerians? Yes, the network can do that. And this can include even designing our own courses, our workshops, hosting webinars, and things that are relevant to the Nigerian society. We'll be having these conversations within the network, So when you come into the network, there's so many things to do. Then from a business point of view, you can say the Nigerian network can actually facilitate connections between businesses and entrepreneurs in Nigeria. So for instance, you're a startup, you want to get sponsorship, or you want to just get known. If you're in the network, you're validated already, you're credible, so people will want to converse and do business with you. And this can include a directory of Nigerian businesses, you know, like a job board and networking events. All this can be within the network. And then you look at stuff like maybe advocacy. So the Nigerian network, if we build it, you know, can also be a platform for advocating for issues that affect Nigerians, just like we are doing now. You know, this is just one aspect of it. So this can obviously include things for campaigning or for social justice, you know, fighting for human rights, or, you know, hosting political forums within it, like we're doing now. And then last but not least, if we look at cultural exchange, if we as the Nigerian network, you know, which every Nigerian should be, if we can serve as it can serve as a platform for promoting Nigerian culture, you know, and culture within and without. Like I'm from Edo State. I think Rose, you said you were from Cross River. Michael, I'm not sure where you're from. Malvin from somewhere else as well. So there's a very diverse cultural exchange that we can provide to the country. You know, this network can play a very, very key role in aiding with development. But the key thing is, how can we lock it down as a focus, you know, by growing it? So this is where I think you guys, you know, I hope I made sense, basically.
Very well, very well, very well. You speak.
You actually, and I'm from Abia State.
Oh, there you go. You know?
There you go.
You know? So it's very interesting when we engage with Nigerians. But I've always said, I live in the UK, and I've been in the UK on exile for almost 26 years. Exile because the reason I left Nigeria, those reasons are still there. So it's difficult for me to go back and leave because those reasons are still there, you know. But now there's a semblance of change. Mark my words, if we can get it right.
One moment, Solomon, one moment. Sorry. You've been in exile for 25 years. And how many years you think I've been in exile? I live in the Netherlands. I've been here for more than 2 decades.
There you go. You know,
okay.
So this is the problem. You know? So if we have a network, guys, if we have a network that we can all be having this conversation in view of a particular kind of progress, which is building the network together, I don't see how we will fail. Because just imagine this situation now with Peter Obi going to court. From the network, if we have users in the network speaking on the same voice, the justice system will be forced to listen, you know, because it's coming from Nigerians. They won't need to verify and start shooting or maiming them. No. The network is online. You just take the data and say what's the people's reaction on things. That's because they trust the information in there, you know? So I think we can build it, you know? I want to have these conversations, even if it's on a daily basis, and I want it to be like a Nigerian comes in here and is trustworthy enough to go and talk and host the Nigerian network on their own to talk about it. This is the kind of agile approach that I think we can use, you know?
The time has come. The time has come for we Nigerians, you know, to have a network like this. Like you said, okay. Like here in the Netherlands, there are a lot of things we do. We don't even go outside. From home here, we communicate. Like you said in England, you know, you can vote, you know, online. Nigeria made the best voting materials ever in the world. This is the first time. They have to scan your face on your PVC before you vote. It has never happened in other countries. Like here, this one here, we just go with your national identification card, and then they just check, they see, and then you vote. So when you take a look, the time has come for us to have a very strong unity.
Yeah.
In a network.
Yeah, that's what's missing. We don't have a
that is exactly what is missing. So we really have to give it our best shot for it to grow.
It will take a lot of conversation. It will take a lot of conversation. And my target is if we start talking like this, yeah, the Nigerian government in power, regardless whether it's Peter Obi or whoever at that point in time, they will pick up on it because they will see the value. They will see the value in what we are doing. I think, Pastor, you were saying before that the young kids this day, they know everything about technology. So if you go and explain to a young Nigerian now and say, should we build a network for you and your friends to make sure you get all the information you want about Nigeria? They'll be so happy. Perfect example. There is no network in Nigeria where you can go and view all the information about your rights as a citizen. This is easy to just build and put. So it will be one feature of the system. You go in there or you verify yourself, you go and see information relating to Nigeria. The Nigerian history that they don't teach in school, we can blatantly put it in the network for people to consume, so that empowers them as well. Regardless of the conflict that went through, whether it's between Hausa and Fulani or whatever, it's our history. We would accept it and learn from that, Businesses in Nigeria that, for instance, the young woman who has a bakery somewhere or a restaurant, why can't you list her business on the network? So when people are around the area, they just need to check the portal to see where can I eat amala, around this side. They can get that information from the network instead of going through stuff like Google or whatever. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So you guys think about it. I think that's what can empower presidents like Peter Obi as well. Imagine this kind of information gets to Peter Obi that, hey, look, Nigerians are planning to build a network for you so that you can have an online version of Nigeria. Do you know the kind of thought that he would think?
That man is blessed with knowledge. He has the wisdom, he has the knowledge, he has the understanding. Like I said before, this is the first time we are having an anointed leader that comes out and says, my people, please stay calm. I will follow dual process. You just said, yeah, really. I have never seen a leader like that, because all other politicians we have, when they come out, it's like that. I know go gree yo. Then they start putting people on the street, putting talks on the street, creating chaos and havoc.
Yeah.
But take a look. The nation is at the brink of two things. Either going good or going to the bad way. But look how he spoke yesterday in a press conference. He begged everybody to stay calm, that he will follow the judiciary, system. He will follow the process of law. So really, 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 we all have to stand for him. Because if not, we're doomed. We're doomed. If we don't get our mandate back now, we're doomed.
Okay, let's do a round ribbon, right? Let's see if we can set an agenda. I would like to have this conversation again. I don't know when you guys are free next. So
you just say it, because when I'm done here, I'm going to Germany and I'll be coming back tonight.
No, it doesn't have to be today. It can be tomorrow. It could be later on tonight.
I'm ready for this every blessed day. Every blessed day, I am ready for this.
Sorry, Michael, I met you by mistake. Let's start with Pastor. Pastor Rose. Are you there?
Okay, let's just try. Let's just go.
Pastor Rose, can you hear me?
About the governorship election.
I think she's listening to another. I can hear her listening to another.
No, it's okay. Like maybe she's busy with something else or something.
Michael, quick one.
Okay.
If we have a situation where, because trust me, in another week or two, you will probably start having about 20, 30 people in these calls, right? I would rather do it like on a weekly basis or even on a daily basis. But how would you know when we've kicked off?
Considering the outcome of the elections.
Like the WhatsApp group I just joined.
Okay, cool. All right, so in the WhatsApp group, what I would do is, Malvin, I'll add you to the group as well.
Please do.
Whenever we are going live, I'll just put the link, and then you know that we're up there.
I'll get a notification immediately, so please do.
Yeah, because
That's what
there's two things, that anything can happen on the network. We can pick a topic. We can pick a specific topic, minimize it to like 2 hours, extract the value, and then showcase it on our media platform. Like these conversations now. Why I don't like spaces, because we are not. What space is playing with is you don't own that information. You can do a recording and that then it's available to you, but that information is not yours, so you can't really do much with it. But if you have your own information as the network, as we're doing now, you can take snippets from it and use it as empowering tools to, let other people listen. You can obviously this is being recorded. You can ask, the recording will be put in the WhatsApp group. You can pick it up from there, share it and replay it to gain fundamental understanding of what can be possible. My take is we are going to build a Nigerian network. Anyhow we look at it, that is what I do for a living, build portals. And I don't want to build this portal by myself. I want to build it with Nigerians. That means at some point we'll be talking to Nigerians. Who's a designer here? Can you design the front end? Who's a IT guy? Can you build something? Who's the database guru? Can you come up with a suggestion of a formidable database that can hold data? We would have that conversation. We'll be so transparent. It will be excellent. So by the time we go to His Excellency, we will tell His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, that we've done something excellent for you, in view of progress, because you deserve it.
True.
This is what I think we can do for the individual Peter Obi as Nigerians. We should build a system, a solid system that can really, really empower us. And we don't have that. So this is it.
Okay.
Anyway. So I don't know. This is it. We said 1 hour, but we've done almost 2 hours, guys. So
No, really. If I really respect the courage of all of us for going close to 2 hours on this, because we are talking about our nation that is, in the middle of jeopardy. Because right now we are facing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right now, if we don't follow the good, we follow the bad or the ugly.
What we need right now, to be honest, is to test our resolve. This is what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Nigerians are intelligent. What does that mean? Nigerians are smart. What does that mean? Nigerians, they're so knowledgeable. What does that mean? That means you have to bring out that Nigerian in you, and focus on justice. So even if you have to every day speak on it, focus on justice, because justice is the last hope for the citizen. And now they've given us that last hope. Peter Obi said something. He said, they've asked me to go to court. I am obedient. I will go to court. So the last time Africa had a great leader, great leader, I can't even remember. We're looking at an African leader who, if things work out properly, this man's quotes, every word he says will be sealed in stone.
Yeah.
Stone. That's the kind of leader we're looking at. And sometimes I think we should be blessed to be alive to see these transitions, because it has changed the mind of Nigerians. For somebody, I was saying to somebody the other day, it's easy for 1 million people, it's easy for one person to be inspired by 1 million people, but, for 1 million people to be inspired by one person is what to take note. It's what looking at that person. So if we can build this network where we just talk on a daily basis or whatever it is, engage on the subject matter. Today, I wanted us to talk about Peter Obi. Tomorrow, you can say, let's talk about Nigerian judiciary system. We narrow that focus on the system, nothing else, because we already know the palaver. The next day, we can talk about community bridging. The day going forward, we can talk about software engineering. Who cares? But it's just a network thing. Let's talk about things that can affect change while we wait for justice. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I will be leaving you people any moment, because I have a long trip to make and I have to come back tonight.
No problem. Now this is where we say goodbye. So Michael, Pastor Rose, we're in the group now. So anytime you're feeling aggrieved, if you want to have a chat, just put something in the group. Somebody will definitely reply you, and it's going to keep on growing.
And Mr. Michael.
Yeah.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you on board, really. And Pastor Rose, it's good to have you on board. I really appreciate it. And Solomon, well done. Well done. Really.
We'll get there.
So, after you spoke on that space, I just immediately followed you. I wanted to send a DM, but I just kept following you on Twitter, just watching what's going on and all of that. And immediately I saw this space, this Zoom meeting, I just clicked it, and and something beautiful can begin from this.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, if I remember your voice, were you the one who said you want to know what we can do now?
I haven't had the opportunity to speak on that.
Fair enough.
Because I thought at the point they were just going on and on in circles, going back and forth. We really need strategies, as in to be proactive. Things, not reactive now. We are just being reactive that this is what happened. I know it felt bad. I felt like my mind would explode. But we need to channel such energies now that we have into making, as in finding solutions, preferring solutions, and making things happen so they work. We need to be even like 5-10 steps ahead of these people. So before anything happen, we're like, okay, we know they're already trying to do this, we're already trying to like making like 5-10 steps movement ahead of them.
No, we were saying something about people going to court. I just got some information now from one of the group. We say our Excellency Peter Obi has make another step to the court. All obedient must appear in the court.
You see what we're saying, Michael?
On the group, people just send it on the group.
And we've already said this here. We said this here as a fundamental strategy. On the day of the court, just turn up. That's all you have to do. Just turn up on the day. Let them
run away from the court when the children were just making noise with them.
Okay. Pastor, we have to conclude now, but we said I couldn't add you to the group, Pastor. Your WhatsApp number did not allow me to add you to the group. So the link to join the group is there on the chat. If you can click it, join the group.
Which chat?
And there's a chat on Zoom here that we have, right?
Okay, let me see.
So what will happen if anybody wants to say or whatever, we go live again, I'll just put it on the group and then we can click in and continue the conversation.
My number is correct. I don't know why.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's leave it as it is.
Okay, thank you.
Michael, think about it. Let's build this thing. You can build your own value stream. I will build my own value stream. Malvin, bring your own value stream. And if you have friends, bring them. Let's talk about how we can build this thing and align it with Peter Obi.
I am reaching out to people the moment we finish this conversation. I am reaching out to everybody.
Yeah.
Do it. That's good.
Guarantee that.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Take care. Have a good day. We'll continue from the group anytime. Bye.